Okay, let's see what we remember solving by factoring. We have this quadratic equation, x squared plus 2x minus 3 equals 0. I know I'm solving because it's equal to 0. We learned factoring by this x method, and so we would put a times c. Remember, it's ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So we could take a times c to be on the top. The a in this case is 1, so 1 times negative 3 is just negative 3. And then b is on the bottom, so our 2 is on the bottom. So we want to know what multiplies to get to negative 3 and adds to get to 2. Well, the only thing that multiplies to get to 3 is 3 and 1. And if we need a positive 2, this is going to be a positive 3 and a negative 1. So my factors are going to be, because we start out with x, because this was the beginning of an a of 1. So x plus 3 and x minus 1 equals 0. If I FOIL that back together, I'm going to end up with this. Okay. Since I'm solving, I need to put each piece equal to 0. So either x plus 3 equals 0 or x minus 1 equals 0. So, and then I can just solve by subtracting 3. So x equals negative 3. We add 1 to both sides, x equals 1. So my values are going to be negative 3 and 1. Remember, these are the squiggly brackets, not the parentheses. Okay? All right. So here's another one. And this time, a does not equal 1. But wait a minute, 3, 6, 9. Wait, there's a common factor. I could factor out a value first. Remember, step 0. So I could pull a 3 out first, and then I'd have x squared, because 3 times 1 would give me the 3x squared, plus 2x, because 3 times 2 would give me 6, because I could break that down to 3 times 2, and then minus 3, because 3 times 3 would give me 9. That equals 0. So, and then now this is exactly the same as this one up here, but we have to look for that step 0. Okay? All right, so let's look at one that really has a not equal to 1. So here we have 2x squared minus 9x plus 4. This is the do it wrong and fix it. Okay, so we are going to do it incorrectly to start with. I'm still going to put a times c. So I'm going to have 2 times 4, so that's going to be 8 on top, negative 9 on the bottom. I have to end up positive, but I'm adding to get a negative. That means both of these values are going to be negative. And what times what gives me 8, but adds up to 9? Well, that's going to be 8 and 1. So negative 8 times negative 1. Okay. This is where I do this incorrectly. I'm going to use this part at the beginning of each one. So 2x to start us off on each one there. And then I have the minus 8 for this and minus 1 for that part. This one can simplify. 2 is going to divide evenly into the whole thing. Okay, and we didn't have a common factor, so we know that 2 is going to divide evenly here. I'd be left with x minus 4, because 2 divided by 2 is 1x, 8 divided by 2 is 4. This one, there's nothing to do with that, so we're done with that one. If I FOILed this back together, I should get back to here. That equals 0. Now I'm going to set each piece equal to 0. So when I do that, this one's easy. I'm just going to add 4. So x equals 4. This one's a two-step problem, so I have to add 1 to get 2x equals 1, and then I'm going to divide by 2, so x equals 1/2. So my two values on this one is 1/2 and 4. Those are my two values. Now, I could check myself in Desmos. I could graph this in Desmos and see where does it cross the x-axis, and it should give me 2 points, one at positive 1/2 and one at 4, and then I know I've done it correctly. Okay, I hope this helps. That's all for now.